What is going on, guys? Welcome back to this week's YouTube video, and I have been home for about a week now, and my body's just still adjusting to the heavy lifts, working with heavy weights. Since when I was down in Tahoe, I was hitting like 2 workouts every single day, somewhere around 40 minutes long, and I was working with a bunch of resistance bands and just doing like body weight exercises and stuff like that. So when I came back, I am still extremely sore just because my body is still sort of readjusting to using those really heavy weights. So this workout session that we're about to get into, it's going to be my first time sumo deadlifting since I got back. My legs are still extremely sore from a squat session I had like a couple days ago. It's pretty crazy. I was going to go to the gym to film this, but it's just so nice out, and I don't know, the temperature in the garage is like kind of perfect. So I decided, like, why not just pull out all the weights that I bought, and I haven't even really used them since quarantine, so this is going to be really fun.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, cause you got me holding, holding.
Hey guys, so we do have 405 on the bar. Trust me, it's 245s, 35. This one is a 35. I swear, it's smaller, but it is a 35. And then we got 2 5s and 1 10. So yeah, haven't played around with this kind of weight for a long time, so this is gonna be interesting, but we'll see how it goes.
I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drive me around in your red Ford. Shivers down my spinal cord. Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it.
Vultures circle overhead. People love to watch her ride. I hate the whispers in the stairs. But I lost you, so now who cares? Now I'm standing in a wasteland of us, tattered bones and dried up places. We lost. Don't pretend you wanna change when you don't.
Alright you guys, so for this week's YouTube video, I wanted to just talk about or maybe get involved with just a little bit of YouTube drama. So basically what's been going on lately is there's this big battle between people who think that TFUE, who's like a professional Fortnite gamer, people who think that he's natural. He posted a picture of a 6-month transformation where he said, you know, I used to be frail 6 months ago, and then he posted a picture of him, you know, he just put on a ton of muscle, a ton of size, and actually looks like he might have even gotten leaner in the process. But I just wanted to make this video and talk about it just because it's been so controversial, and as you guys know, I've made a couple of Natty Not videos in the past that have done really well. So the first thing that I want to say is nobody can know for sure. Like, we're all speculating at the end of the day because there really is no way of fully knowing. So basically, when I first saw the transformation pictures, I didn't have a crazy knee-jerk reaction, sort of like Greg Doucette did. And like, you know, he jumped straight to PEDs. He's like, he is most definitely using some sort of performance-enhancing drug. When I saw the pictures, the first thing that popped into my head was, this guy's probably, yeah, put on somewhere around like 6 pounds of muscle, it looks like, but he also just has a great pump. It's way better lighting and all those types of things, because there is such a big difference between, you know, pictures versus like video. Like, if you have a video of you working out in the gym, or just a video of you walking around with your shirt off in general, it's much harder. There's like a night and day difference between the way that you can get a picture to look versus the way that you can get a video to look, you know, because video is going to show all those unflattering angles and all that type of stuff, while the picture is, you know, it's basically the perfect shot. It could be one out of hundreds, and then also you can do a bunch of editing as far as just making yourself look leaner, making yourself look more muscular, changing the lighting situation basically. When I first saw it, my reaction was, I think he's natural. As I dove into it a little bit more, I started to kind of change my opinion a little bit. Now, Greg Doucette made a really good point, and I think that is muscle is extremely hard to build, and a lot of people don't take that into consideration enough. You're looking to put around 1 pound of lean muscle mass on every single month, which just isn't that much at all, and that's only for like the first year. And then as soon as that first year is over, it's like half that, and then half that, and then half that, and it just continues to decrease as time goes on. It is very suspicious that his body fat percentage looks like it almost went down. Like, his abs are much more defined. He sort of went from a skinny fat, not really skinny fat, more on the skinny side of things, but skinny and a little bit higher body fat percentage, to more muscular and shredded pretty much. Another good point that Greg Doucette did make is that not everyone that uses PEDs is competing in bodybuilding or has any goals to compete in bodybuilding. There are plenty of other reasons to use drugs. And we know that TFUE is really getting into it. He talks about how he knew that if he was gonna put his head down and, you know, grind and try to build as much muscle as he possibly could, he wasn't gonna go cheap. And that he basically talks about how he spent $100 grand on the gym that he has and the gym that he's been using. And so that, honestly, to me, is a little bit more of a red flag that he would use some sort of muscle building supplement or a PED, simply because if you're really that into it that you're gonna spend $100 grand on a nice gym to try to put on as much muscle as you possibly can, I mean, why not take a super cheap SARM or something like that that you found. But I honestly really don't know in the end. Kenny KO says that this is a transformation that anyone could have made in 6 months. And later it came out, seemed like the pictures were a year apart. Also, I'm not sure if he had been training for 6 months or if he had been training for that full year. So I don't know. It's just leaving a lot up to speculation as far as this goes. But there are definitely a lot of interesting things going on right now. But there's one thing for sure. If you want to get into bodybuilding, if you want to get a great physique, if you're working out to put on a certain amount of muscle, achieving TFUE's physique is perfectly obtainable. It should not be debated whether or not TFUE's physique can be achieved naturally. If you want to look like this guy, if you want to look like him, you can. If you put the work in, you get your nutrition down, you can definitely look like this. It's not that far out, but the strange thing is just how fast he was able to get to that point. If you are looking to get into bodybuilding, if you're trying to build as much muscle as you possibly can, building muscle is a very slow process, and you can definitely expect to achieve something like this physique in a couple years of training. That's totally possible. But expecting that you're going to achieve that just within 6 months of training, it's just way too hopeful. But let me know what you guys think of this video. Let me know what you guys think of this whole situation. Honestly, I was pretty intrigued by this. A lot of people comment on my TikTok and say that I look like TFUE. I don't think I look like TFUE, but apparently some people do. So watching Greg and Kenny and More Plates, More Dates, everybody, you know, just sort of come out of the woodworks and start making videos on him, and then him making like a response on Twitch. I don't know, it's all just been super interesting, and it's honestly a really interesting topic because no matter what, even if he did use some sort of PED, and even if he is natural, which is obviously still a possibility, that doesn't take away from the incredible amount of hard work that TFUE's probably been spending to try to achieve the physique that he has. Alright guys, so one thing that I was unaware of is just how much weight he gained in between these two progress photos. I'll go ahead and pop the picture up just like on the screen right now, but it says that he went from 170 pounds to 185 pounds, and that's his transformation. Once again, 6 months or 1 year, I don't really know for sure, but one thing I do know for sure is gaining 15 pounds of muscle and losing body fat in the process. It's really not in the stars, guys. So like the numbers could be fudged. He could be, you know, comparing his weight completely fasted to his weight completely, you know, soaking wet after a huge meal. There's so many different factors, but I do know one thing for sure. It's that putting on 15 pounds of muscle without the use or without the help of PEDs in 6 months or even a year is practically impossible. So that's how I just wanted to end the video, just with a little bit more of a firm stance about just what I think about the whole situation. If it was actually that much muscle that he gained, it is most likely that he is not natural. The numbers could be fudged, could be played around with a little bit. The pictures, it's hard to tell with the pictures because, you know, he has a good pump, it's good lighting in one of them, and then the other one, you know, not so good of lighting, obviously no pump, but as far as weight gain goes, it's really just not in the stars to put on that much muscle in that span of time. So I just wanted to quickly jump on here and say that if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to drop a like, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you guys think TFUE is natural or not. Obviously just a very intriguing transformation, especially about somebody who's already so famous and who hasn't really been involved in the fitness game before. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys all in next week's video.